Good afternoon, everybody. We are BB True Crime.
We are.
And I'm Becky.
I'm Beth.
And we are back for another episode.
This is episode 45.
Can't believe we're on 45 already, bro.
Yeah, well, I mentioned this before, but we might, other people have a lot more episodes by this point. We've done it for a few years, but, life happens.
Right, we're doing our best. Let's be honest. How many episodes did you think we were going to get done when we did our first one, The Boy in the Box?
I don't know, I don't really think I thought about it, to be
No?
fair.
Me neither. And then suddenly we're nearly on episode 50. Damn.
Yeah, we have also discussed the possibility of, little bonus episodes as well. Just on, other topics that we want to talk about, or, if we want to discuss our favourite cases, least favourite cases that we've done, or, updates for previous cases that we've done as well.
Because we've got a lot of cases we need to update y'all on, because there has been progress.
Yes. Or identities revealed and that kind of thing.
There's been a couple of identities revealed, to be fair.
Yes, true. But either way, let's crack on. Today, we're doing the Zodiac Killer.
I'm excited. This is one of mine, isn't it?
Yes, I believe
excited.
so.
My pick. I'm ready.
So, Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, simplicity bits of, who he is.
There was a movie, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a decent movie. I think it had,
Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Harmon.
Mark
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo, yeah. That guy, yeah.
Mark Harmon. Where did Gibbs come into this? Fuck off, Gibbs.
But yeah, no, it was alright. So, one of the most famous unsolved serial killers of all time. So there are theories. People believe they know who the real killer is, that kind of thing. Ultimately, who knows for sure?
I love an I know who the killer is moment. Because do you?
I do. I mean,
do you?
I believe. I agree with one suspect.
Okay.
He will be mentioned briefly at the end.
Got it.
But there's also a possibility of this needing a part 2 because I haven't gone into all the other hundreds of suspects or other theories.
Yeah.
So
there's only so much we can do in an episode. Boys.
Exactly. So this could be long enough. So I was like, if we need a part 2, we need a part 2. If not, that's fine.
And when we get to an hour and a half, my butt starts getting achy, so we need to start wrapping things up.
Yeah. So the first, it's in crime, and then theories of suspects is not big.
Okay.
So it's not huge, but let's crack on.
Let's go for it.
So the first murders, attributed to the Zodiac Killer, were the shootings of high school students Betty Lou Jensen, who was 16,
Oof.
and David Arthur Faraday, who was 17.
Okay.
And this happened December 20th, 1968.
Right before Christmas?
Yeah.
Can you imagine all the presents that they had and then they died?
Yeah, I know. At 8:30 at night.
That's depressing.
So, David picked up Betty, and the couple visited one of Jensen's friends. One of Betty's friends.
Got it.
So, sometime after 9 p.m., they then drove to the outskirts of, I'm so sorry if I mispronounce this, Vallejo, however you pronounce that, and parked on one of the lovers' lanes
for a little bit of hanky-panky
on Lake Herman Road. So,
we're getting hot in here, so take off all my clothes.
Between 11:05 and 11:10 p.m., Faraday and Jensen were attacked.
Oh, okay.
While they were in the car.
Okay.
So, the police determined that their assailant had parked his vehicle into the same lover's lane about 10 feet along the passenger side of their car.
Okay.
And then fired several shots at their car.
Okay. From his car directly?
No, so he'd gotten out of his car, walked around the car, fired through the car.
Okay.
And that was around, he was firing through from the driver's side.
Okay.
None of the shots actually did hit Faraday or Jensen, somehow. But they were obviously panicked. They were being shot at.
Yeah. They got out the car and ran?
They got out the car, even though I would have been like, start the car, drive the car. But, it's dark as fuck, you're fine. They scrambled and they went to get out the car.
And they were shot as they ran.
So they were trying to get out through the passenger door since he was at the driver's side.
Yeah.
And Jensen,
This is Betty.
the lady, Betty, she managed to get out.
Okay.
Without being hit.
I'm guessing the boy wasn't so lucky.
As Faraday was exiting, the killer shot him in the head with a .22 caliber pistol.
Woof.
Then the assailant, Zodiac may as well, then chased Betty as she fled, and fired 6 shots at her back. Only 1 missed, so 5 times hit.
Woof. She's Swiss cheese.
Yeah. So the police theorized that the attack literally just took 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Quick as fuck. And then at 11:10, a motorist was going by the area and spotted the bodies.
Okay.
He then contacted police.
That's pretty soon after, to be fair.
Yeah. Betty was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
She's completely dead at the scene. David was still breathing, but he died at the hospital.
Damn, he was shot in the head and he was still breathing.
Yeah. There were no witnesses. No usable tire or foot marks. The only, no other evidence, really, so to speak. The only motive the police could deduce from this one crime was that there was a madman going around trying to kill people. They didn't really have much else. And like I said, this was the first attack.
So their first solution is, we've got no motive, so there's a madman just randomly shooting people.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, what else are you going to say?
That's
Yeah,
fair,
I mean,
honestly.
but that was like covered quite highly by the media as well.
Got it. I mean, to be fair, understandable.
So the next attack, because obviously at this point we'd be like, oh, the background of the suspect, or the thing, but we don't know.
We don't know who he is. We just need to get straight into the attacks.
That's why it's not going to be as long as some of our other, serial killer episodes.
I'm ready. It's okay.
It's just straight into the crimes.
I love this.
So Darlene Ferrin,
okay,
22,
okay,
and Magao, 19, were shot shortly after midnight on July the 4th, 1969.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. So that's a year after. On July the 4th, they went on a date. Despite the fact that Darlene, was married.
Oh.
Yeah, bit naughty.
How old did you say she was?
22. She was now going on a secret date with Michael, 19. So after 11:30 again at night, Darlene received a phone call at her house. She then went to Michael's house around 10 to 12 at night.
Yep. Duty call.
Yeah. After leaving his house, the couple noticed that they were in a car again.
Yep.
They noticed that they were being followed.
Okay.
By obviously another car. By a man in a light-coloured car. Darlene then drove out of, again, I'm so sorry for the mispronunciation, Vallejo, in the direction of Lake Herman Road, same place as the last couple.
Yeah.
Shortly before midnight, she turned her car into a different lover's lane, but nearby.
Yeah.
She'd literally gone past the one that the couple had just been attacked in the year before. So she turned her car into the empty parking lot at Blue Rock Springs Park. Like I said, another lover's lane.
Got it.
Which was only 2 miles from
the original one.
Yeah, the original location. Not long afterwards, a vehicle parked 80 feet from the left.
Okay.
The driver turned his headlights off, didn't get out of the car, just sat there.
Okay.
Not moving.
Okay.
They're a bit weirded out, understandably.
So valid.
Yeah. And then Michael then was like, who do you think that driver is? Like,
who the fuck is that guy?
Being a bit weird. The driver then left the car.
That was where it went downhill.
5 minutes later, because he'd vanished.
Oh, okay.
5 minutes later, he comes back.
Okay.
The mystery man.
I needed to pee. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
He then got in the car, started the car, but then parked it closer to their car. Again, it was an empty parking lot besides both their cars. So this is like, you know, when like you're on a bus and someone comes and sits next to you, but the whole bus is empty. This is that vibe, but with cars.
This is malicious vibes.
This is just weird. So he parked a few feet next to Michael's side of the car.
Yeah.
Passenger side, and got out. He then shone a flashlight into Darlene's car. As he walked towards the car.
Creepy.
So they were like, oh, police officer.
Okay, I can see why they'd think that.
Mm-hmm. So, they rolled down the window. Yeah.
Damn it.
They
were pronounced dead 30 minutes later.
And immediately the stranger fired his 9mm this time into the open window.
Oh,
One bullet hit Michael in the right arm. Another hit Darlene in the neck.
Oi.
Michael tried to leave the car.
Darlene did.
But the door handle was missing or removed. Alright. As Michael struggled to exit the vehicle, obviously he's on the killer's side.
Yeah.
The stranger then shot him and Darlene 2 more times each.
So they're dead.
Then the killer hurried back to his car, drove off.
Okay.
Again, no clues, no evidence, no tire tracks, no footprints, nothing.
I'm intrigued by the no tire tracks.
Me too, yeah.
Because if these are mountain car parks, normally they're dirt.
Like dirt. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Unless they're gravel.
I don't know.
The only reason I can think of why they wouldn't be any tire is if they were gravel, because gravel doesn't hold the impressions like dirt and sand and muck do.
Yeah.
And obviously, tarmac doesn't either. It would also explain the lack of shoe prints.
Yeah, true.
Because how are you going to be walking around all over this, going back and forth and all that, and there's no shoe prints?
Yeah, I know. 3 teenagers then drove, sometime later, they drove into that parking lot and found the wounded couple and got them help. 20 minutes later, Darlene was pronounced dead at hospital.
Oh.
Michael survived.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And managed to be able to, this was the first description of the killer we got.
Okay.
So he described the attacker as a heavy-set white man, around 5'8". He estimated, obviously, again, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Guy could be wearing, several layers, kind of shit. He's still hiding his identity.
Details are hard.
Yeah.
It's dark.
You've just been shot at,
Traumatized.
Yeah, he also described him as being 195 pounds to 200 pounds, with large face and curly light brown hair. Apparently, he was wearing dark clothes, obviously.
So this is a thick boy. He's short, but he's a thick boy, apparently.
But again, anyone can make themselves look thick by just wearing extra clothes,
Lots
you know
of
what I mean?
layers.
And like I said, the guy's never been caught.
Yeah.
So...
He could be skinny as shit.
Yeah. And no glasses. So, weirdly, the Zodiac Killer actually, as he left the scene, he stopped at a payphone.
Okay.
And he called the police. And he was like, yeah, so I've just shot at these kids in this location. Definitely killed them. Maybe you want to go there and check that out. So at this point, he's already contacting police.
So we're the second murder in, and he's already playing with the police.
Well, third murder if you count Darlene.
Sorry, second incident.
Yeah, second
murder.
attack. Yeah. So August the 1st, the news, news places. I forgot what they were all called. When newspapers get made, what are they called?
What?
When newspapers get made or magazines get made, what are they called?
Where they get made?
Yeah, they get written and shit. Where journalist work and shit.
A newsroom?
I guess I just put news places. I can't remember what like that term was.
If you can remember what that term is.
Where like, you know, like the Daily Planet kind of shit of like Superman. That's the vibe I'm going for.
It's just called the Daily Planet.
Well, yeah.
Or the news.
But it's yeah. Anyway, what the fuck?
That one.
Those
where
places,
the news gets written.
Several of those. They received the first letter.
Oh, there's letters?
Yeah, well, that's what he's famous now.
Oh,
He's famous for sending letters and then ciphers.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Most of which are unsolved.
Okay.
So they got the first one on August 1st. He sent 3 letters, identical, but to 3 different news places.
Okay.
And they basically said, I am the killer of the 2 teenagers last Christmas at Lake Herman and the girl that was killed on the 4th of July.
Alright.
It came with the cryptogram.
Okay.
Of his, like, made-up thing.
He's made up encryption.
Yeah. Claiming that his identity was within it.
Okay.
And he said if you didn't print this front page in the papers, he would kill a lot more people. And he wouldn't stop until it got printed.
Got it.
So, obviously they did. The next day, 3 days later, they got another letter.
Okay.
And this was the first time, it was similar kind of thing that he said in it, but that was the first time at the bottom he'd actually signed it, the Zodiac Killer. Zodiac.
Okay.
He gave more information about the murders that only the murderer would know.
Mm-hmm.
Proving it was him. One of the ciphers did get decrypted, but there was no identity in it.
Okay.
So,
did he claim that the identity was in all the ciphers, or just the first cipher?
I want to say the first one, but I don't know. So then, so this is what part of the one that he wrote after that said. I like killing people because it is so much more fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because it has got a lot of like spelling mistakes and shit. Because man is the most dangerous animal of all. To kill something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl. There's no grammar. The best part is that when I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and all them I have killed will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try and slow down or stop my collecting of slaves for my afterlife.
Oh, there's so much to unpack there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, love it if he used a comma at some point. Or a full stop would be so good in
any
there.
grammar whatsoever to
Secondly,
break up the essay that was.
Use fucking, what's that word check thing that you can get for free?
Don't know whether that was invented at this point, Babs.
I mean, probably wasn't, but he needs it.
He does. He could...
What the fuck is it called?
Grammarly.
Grammarly, he needs Grammarly.
Zodiac, you would have loved Grammarly.
Yeah, get that.
And third of all, I don't know whether homiciding people and sending their souls to heaven is going to be of much help to you when you are destined for hell.
Maybe so.
I don't see...
He just wants the slaves. That's all it is. Alright, he wants slaves.
Oh, well, you can definitely tell he's white.
No,
black man never had that idea.
And I don't know if this is crazy. He doesn't seem well educated. Just based from the spelling, the grammar.
No.
And
what was that phrase that he used in the letter? And all them that I killed?
Yeah, it actually says, all that I have killed will become my slaves.
I thought it was supposed to be like all them.
Yeah, that's killed. Why I had to just stop and be like, I think it's them.
Instead, it's interesting because he's getting... It's blue collar language. That's working language.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like...
Yeah. That's what I mean. I don't...
Like somebody who's received a good education would say...
No, but I'm not
all
saying...
those that I've killed.
I'm not saying everyone blue collar.
No.
Is like, had bad grammar and shit.
No.
But...
You do find a lot more slang in like blue collar environments.
Yeah, but just from the amount of spelling mistakes, there is not one piece of grammar in that whole thing.
Nice and easy to read.
Yeah, I don't think it's like up there.
No.
But clearly he's clever enough not to get killed, or maybe it was just the times. So he did do like a mostly
but he can
solvable
write.
cipher.
But he can write. So clearly he has been in education.
Yeah, but he's also clever enough to make a cipher that mostly hasn't been solved ever.
It's true. Well, it's like my dad's a highly intelligent person. Flunked school. If you asked the school, he was a fucking moron. But he casually reads about nuclear physics.
Yeah, true.
And I look at him and I'm like, huh? And I'm fully of the opinion that if he'd had the education system we have today with the support for neurodivergency that we had today, this man would have gone to university.
Or, and I don't know if this is maybe out there, is he making it sound a certain way to throw people off?
Maybe. Because he's got a lot of intelligence.
Don't know.
He's an intelligent guy.
So 4 p.m, September 27th.
Earlier than usual.
1969. Students Brian Hartnell, who's 20.
He likes young adults, doesn't he?
It's teenagers going to lovers' lanes. That's what it is. They're alone.
Okay, he loves
it's
lovers'
late
lanes,
at night.
okay.
You know what I mean?
To be fair, there's no witnesses normally as well.
Yeah. And Cecilia Shepherd, who was 22, were picnicking at Lake Berryessa on a little island in the middle of the lake.
That's cute.
Shepherd noticed a man on the shore watching them.
Creepy.
Yeah, once again, creep factor right up there.
Activated.
Yeah.
Creeper mode activated.
Even worse, it gets creepier.
Okay, of course.
So they're watching him.
Yeah.
Watch them. He then
when he looks
sees.
At me,
yeah.
When I look at him.
Literally.
When he looks at me.
So then he sees the man go behind a tree.
Right.
Comes back out wearing a new fit.
What?
Yeah, new outfit. He's done a quick change behind the tree.
All right, Clark Kent.
So he had put on an executioner's hood. With clip-on sunglasses behind the tree. That would give me bad vibes. If I saw a man go behind a tree, come back out wearing that, I'd be like, nope.
I'd bounce.
Get in the boats. We're going the other fucking way.
I'm hiding.
Well, they're on an island in the middle of the lake.
Is there? I'd be behind a tree.
I don't know if there were trees on that little island.
I'd be in the water then.
Exactly. I'd be like boat in the other direction.
I would be trying to get out of this man's line of sight ASAP.
Yeah. Nah. And then he also wore a bib, put on a little bib thing, with a white 3x3, and it's like the famous Zodiac shape. So it's like a circle, with like a cross in the middle of it.
Okay.
That's like his sign.
Got it.
So he had that on the bib as well as the hood.
My God.
And
He's
then
got a symbol for a
he
code.
brought out a gun.
Of course he did. Rifle or pistol?
So I don't know if they had come off the island at this point, or he had gone to the little island, but I'm going to assume they've come off the little island in the middle.
I mean, if you see a man with a hood and a gun,
and he's on the lake shore. No, because at this point, he's now tied him up. He's now tying him up. So he's clearly got to them. So I'm going to assume to try and escape, they had to come off the little island in the lake.
He was waiting for him.
Yeah, and there won't really be many else places to go.
Yeah. There's stay on the island, he comes to you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's leave the island, you're going
or
to him.
Or it'd be like, just wait him out.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come off it at some point. Or just try to shoot him from there, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's why he turned up at 4 o'clock. I mean, man's got time.
He's got all day, So yeah. So he, before tying up Cecilia, the Zodiac made Cecilia bind Brian.
Okay.
With already cut lengths of a plastic clothesline.
Okay.
Brian thought they were just being robbed. But again, weird outfit to be robbed in, but fair enough.
I mean, to be fair, you've got a man in a mask protecting his identity. which is typically only a consideration if you're planning on letting somebody live.
Yeah, but then you've got typical robbery outfits, and then you got whatever the fuck this is.
Maybe.
KKK looking shit.
Maybe. But at the same time, if somebody's putting a hood on, my inclination is to think, oh, they don't want me to be able to reveal their identity later on. So I'm thinking I'm going to survive.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because typically, if you know you're going to murder and, like, shoot somebody in the head, you're not too concerned about whether they can identify you because they don't really have a pulse.
Well, unfortunately, he quickly learnt that they were not being robbed because he drew out a knife this time.
Oh, okay.
Bit different. He did have a gun on him. But he
this,
took
I
the
feel
knife,
like, but he's never tied anybody up before, so I feel like this is a bit more
or used a knife,
intimate.
And he stabbed them. Brian suffered 6 wounds, and Cecilia suffered 10. He then, after stabbing them both, he then went to their car, drew his little symbol,
the little Zodiac symbol,
and then wrote this: Vallejo. Location 12/20/68, 7/4/69, September 27th 69, 6:30 by knife.
So they were all the dates of his murders,
of his attacks.
Yeah.
So it's letting them know that they're all me. It's the same guy.
So this is my first, this is my second, and this is the date and time of the third murder on the car of the victims that he's just left by the lakeside.
Yeah. Damn. Stabbed, yeah. So, after hearing the victim's screams, a fisherman and his son found them, went and got help. Brian actually managed to untie Cecilia's ropes with his teeth.
Okay.
Despite them both being stabbed multiple times. She managed to then free him. Cecilia was conscious and managed to give a detailed description of her attacker. However...
Minus, the hood.
Yeah, Cecilia then did die 2 days later from her wounds. However, Brian survived.
Hey! The boys are having it lucky in this one, aren't
they?
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
So
not
far
the first
we've had
guy.
3 couples and only 1 boy has died, but all of the girls have died.
Yeah, exactly. So, there was a lot of things of suspicious men. There's one suspicious guy being seen in the area by several people. Had seen him and been like, yeah, that's a dodgy guy.
Got it, fair.
So then, like with the last one, he then phoned the police again.
Okay.
I think this time he'd gone to like a gas station. And he'd also he'd not hung up. So when the police did get there as fast as they could, they found that the phone was still like hanging.
Right.
So they'd probably only just missed him as well. But yeah, he rang them again and to tell them that he'd done that. If they didn't obviously figure it out from the note. Yeah.
Need that much of a hint.
They did find a partial palm print, but it didn't match anyone.
Okay. What, like on the hood of the car, maybe?
I'd imagine so, wherever he's done
because you'd have to
writing.
when you write, you have to put the very edge of your palm down. And when you're writing, you kind of roll your hand a bit.
Yeah.
So maybe...
Yeah, probably that's where it was.
He's got palm prints underneath on the bonnet from where he was writing the dates and everything.
Yeah.
And put his symbol on there, obviously.
So, 2 weeks later...
Okay.
Was the last... confirmed murder. There's been lots of other ones that have been linked to him. But
it's interesting.
Not confirmed.
That he technically only has 4 main incidents.
Well, to be a serial killer, it only needs to be 3.
I know, but I always thought the Zodiac Killer killed more people than that.
Yeah, I always thought he killed more. But apparently not. But like I said, there's a lot of deaths where people are like, oh yeah, he probably did that. But these are the confirmed ones.
Yeah.
So
these are the ones he owned up to and he
killed?
dangled in front of people.
He killed 4?
4 people, 2 wounded.
Yeah. So, there's 1 more murder, it's 1 person though, so it's 5.
Okay.
But again, yeah, I always thought it would just be more.
Yeah. I thought we were talking a spree, like
But it is kind of a spree. But that's the thing. Spree killers are not serial killers. They are spree killers.
Yeah.
They are not the same.
Because it has to happen over a longer
long
period of time, isn't it? It's like...
usually the same modi operate.
Yeah.
Operate.
Operandus.
Yeah. You know, the same way of killing them, usually.
Yeah.
Or at least...
Although we've mixed up a little bit with the knife here, but yeah.
But yeah. Obviously, mass killers or spree killers do not fall under the serial killer category, even though they do kill more than 3.
Yeah.
So,
but mass killers are within like a 24-hour period, so like a mass killer is like a school shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
A serial killer is like over a few weeks. Category.
Yeah,
and
or a few years.
A spree killer is
there and then.
But like only less than a mass killer.
Mass killer will be one main incident.
Yeah.
Terrorist attack, school shooting,
bombing, chemical warfare, stuff like that.
That kind of thing. Spree killers could be over a few days.
Yeah. So like
you're using a car to
like that incel guy.
Or then
that incel guy was a spree killer, wasn't he? Because he killed like a load of people in a space of like 2 days.
No, he did that in one go.
Oh.
But
different locations.
No, it was still in like his town. He literally just went out into the street and just started shooting people. But that would be a spree killing, not a mass killing.
Yeah.
Mass is also, they usually kill a lot more.
Yeah.
Than the spree killings. But yeah, with spree killings and stuff, they can also then travel to different locations, kill a couple. You know, a bit like the DC sniper people. Yeah, that would be a spree killing.
Okay.
Not a mass thing, because
a
mass
murder,
thing
not a serial
is
killer.
one big incident.
And the serial killer is one repeated incident.
Serial killer is at least 3. Similar motive or like way of killing them over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks later, the last murder happened.
Last murder.
It was at 20 to 10 at night.
Again, a late one.
Well, it's probably easier. You don't want to be doing it in broad daylight.
But it's intriguing that it was only that one
with the knife
and a river in the lake instead of on the lovers' lane in the lake or by the lake, and a knife instead of a gun. But to be fair, it's the middle of the day.
Yeah,
I feel like using a gun would have attracted more attention because there's more people down by the lake in the day.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they were.
That just feels more intimate than all the other ones.
Yeah, true.
Like, he tied them up.
Yeah, and made them tie each other up,
well,
basically.
Yeah, made them tie each other up. But it's interesting, that just felt a lot more intimate and thought out than all the other ones, where he basically pulled up, stood by the window, and shot them to death.
This one is just, like, crazy. This one's just out of the blue. This one is not planned at all, not in a lover's lane.
Okay. So this is
random.
This man just lost his temper.
Yeah. So, October 11th, San Francisco. Help me, Lord. San Francisco. Jesus Christ. I've had enough.
I was about to jump in there, but then I was having too much entertainment from watching you butcher the word San Francisco.
It's all the S's sounds. At Washington and Cherry, around 9:55. So by this point, Zodiac Killer had been in a taxi. Right? Sure. He'd be going from place to place. So, literally, he'd gotten out the taxi, just randomly shot this guy in the head with a handgun. In the middle of the street. Alright. His surname was Stein. I must have forgotten to write his first name there, but you know, fine. Okay. Stein. Just randomly got
maybe you thought you already introduced him, because you do that when you've already introduced somebody.
But yeah, randomly, it was almost like a robbery, because he also did take his wallet. And car keys.
Yeah.
So 3 teenagers were actually in the house opposite, saw the whole thing.
Jesus.
By the way, Zodiac Killer, face fully out.
Okay.
Plain clothes.
Nothing masking him.
No.
Nothing.
No.
And he's still unidentified?
What is going to happen? It's going to blow your mind. The most stupid thing I've ever read happened.
Okay.
And this could have been solved decades ago.
Alright, oh Jesus.
So, they phoned the police
The
They'd be like,
Zodiac. Oh, the kids.
Yeah, the teenagers that saw the whole thing. They were like, yeah, this guy just randomly got shot in the head by this one guy, and like he just got robbed as well. And like, this is what he looks like. Because like I said, his face was visible. He'd left 2 fingerprints at the scene, also.
So we've got 2 fingerprints and a paw print, and now we've got an actual sketch.
So they described him perfectly.
Okay.
The dispatcher misheard one part of it.
Sent them to the wrong location.
No.
No?
So the dispatcher sent police there. However, they had told the police that it was a black man, not a white man. And so the police got there, literally really fucking fast. And there was this guy that walked past them, and they stopped the guy, and they were like, do you know about this shooting that just happened? Did you see where, like, the guy went? And he was like, oh, yeah, he went, like, east. He went west. They were talking to the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
They had him right. They were talking to the guy. And the thing is, his appearance matched everything apart from skin colour, so that's why they didn't take him in.
But that's the problem, is when you're given a description like that with dispatch, the prime, because I remember when I did my volunteering because I did a volunteering community thing with the police, and we went to a dispatch unit and we listened to calls, and the first thing you're given, race, height, size, and clothing. So you'll get black male, 6 foot, light build, blue trousers, light top.
No, but the thing is, these teenagers had reported him perfectly.
Yeah.
So the police, when they were talking to this guy, no, but like they were thinking, this guy also like seems like he does also fit it, but he's not black.
Yeah,
so
that's
they
the
just
problem.
let him go.
Yeah, that will be it.
So it's
because they've got a reliable witness.
3
reliable witnesses that, according to them, are telling them that he's black. So why are they going to look at this white guy?
Yeah, but obviously it was a dispatcher.
Obviously, I know. But the police don't know that, do they?
Yeah.
So they're looking. They've been told by dispatch, "Oh, I've got 3 people here. They all claim that so and so looks like this. He's a black male, 6 foot, yada yada yada." They're not going to look then at a 6 foot white guy when they know damn well that, according to the dispatch says that the witnesses say that he's black.
Yeah.
That's so fucking dumb.
I know, that hurts me every time I read it. It's like, oh, what do you mean you were talking to the Zodiac Killer? We could have had this solved years ago.
Just want to say, right, we accidentally picked up the Yorkshire Ripper.
Oh, yeah, I know.
At least we didn't fucking let him go.
Yeah. But it's like, how many more times has this kind of shit happened? You know what I mean? This is stupid. But it's like, so he then contacted, like, after he'd spoken to the police, he then contacted people again.
And we're like, what the fuck are you
and
doing?
And was like, I've sent you a little gift as well as, a little letter this time.
Okay.
And the gift was a piece of the teenagers, I'm going to assume it's a teenager, young adult's t-shirt, bloody t-shirt, from the guy just headshot. And he'd sent that to him to be like, it's me, your boy, Zodiac, And then, sent that into the news with the letter.
Damn.
And then in the letter, you also said that, he can kill who he wants. If he wants to kill a busload of kids, he can do, and he will do. And they can't stop him. Because, you had me, but you literally just let me leave.
To be fair, he ain't wrong.
And then that's when the famous Zodiac sketch was made.
Okay. I'm guessing you have the Zodiac sketch.
I do.
She's always got pictures for me. I'm a visual learner.
He then sent another letter and a cipher on November 8th.
Okay.
That cipher went unsolved for 51 years.
Wow.
Yeah. He then sent another letter, November 9th. These are all the same kind of... It's saying the same kind of shit. Same dumb shit as, the other one that I read out.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm right here.
Yeah.
You can figure it out. You're all idiots.
Yeah,
you
just
let me
making
go.
baseless threats when it's like, he might not have actually have killed anyone else apart from that. He sent another letter... he sent another letter December 20th. The remainder of the 1970s, he continued just to send letters, but
Nothing else.
Probably just didn't kill anyone. Or at least if he did, they were never confirmed to be him, and he didn't admit to anymore.
Intriguing.
He then famously in the 70s sent his "My Name Is," then his cipher, unsolved.
Wow.
He
so
then-
you really made a point of being like,
Yeah.
this is my fucking name and you're too dumb to figure it
Yeah,
out.
and it's still been unsolved.
Wow.
And then he actually radio silent 3 years.
3?
They did not receive another letter.
Okay.
And that's all we basically know, really. So, I do want to throw out a funny suspect.
Do you have
Because
a picture
I have
of him?
to. I have the sketch.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me... Yeah, hold on. So...
She's like, no, you don't get to see the sketch yet.
So a funny meme happened.
A funny
Do you
meme.
remember Ted Cruz?
Yeah?
That politician?
Yeah.
He looks a lot like the sketch. He was also, like, alive at that time.
Okay.
And so when he got, like, into, like, the public sphere with politics, people started being like, Ted Cruz is Zodiac Killer. People were really into that theory. And you know what? I loved it because it was funny as fuck.
That's
He
funny as
clearly
shit.
isn't the Zodiac
He
Killer.
clearly isn't.
But
You don't get to be a politician
probably-
with that kind of
he
fucking
probably
education.
was too young to be the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah,
But that would be funny as fuck.
honestly.
And honestly, he did look a little bit like him. So valid.
Okay,
Valid.
got it.
So Ferrin, and I'm trying to think which one is that. That is from the second attack.
That's the...
Darlene.
Oh, Darlene.
So there's a theory that people think that Darlene knew her killer. I'm just thinking, what's his name? Michael, because it was Michael and Darlene.
Yeah.
Michael said when he was questioned, he kept giving different answers.
Okay.
So
Could be the trauma.
Michael at one point was like, initially he was like, no, we didn't know who the killer was. Then they'd talk to him again, and he'd say, oh yeah, no, the killer was a guy called Richard.
Okay.
And then apparently Darlene, according to Darlene's sister, she had an ex-boyfriend called Richard. And rumouredly, but I'm guessing, they might have all gone to school together. Darlene apparently knew the previous two that had been murdered. Apparently they lived close by together as well. And apparently, rumouredly, I don't really care for this theory much at all,
Okay.
but apparently there was a picture found of Darlene stood with a mysterious man who low-key looked like the sketch a little bit.
Okay.
But that is the end of that theory.
Got it.
So do with that what you will.
So theory number 1 is that the Zodiac is this ex of female Vic number 2.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with all the other people, you know what I mean? Nothing.
True. Plus, if I were going to say, working on the theory that he did those 3 couple killings to cover up 1 killing, so for example, in that theory, I'm guessing Darlene would be the intended victim, and the others are just cover-ups. It feels to me more like the 3rd one should be the main killing. Because that one was so much more intimate. Like, he stood there in broad daylight in an executioner's hood, which he's never done before.
I love his little bougie outfit.
Yeah, which he's never done, but he's never bothered to dress up. He's never bothered to wear anything. It's the only time he wears the symbol.
Yep.
It's the first time we see the symbol at a crime scene. And it's so much more prolonged. Like, you said in the first attack, the whole thing took place in 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes, yeah.
2 to 3 minutes. The 3rd attack must have taken a solid 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, because they had to tie
watch
them up,
them.
stab them.
Yeah.
Do his little graffiti.
Not to mention, they've got to get from the island to the lakeshore.
True. Dress up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's got to turn up, watch them,
The second one
Dress
took
up,
longer, because then he...
draw them to the shore,
Yeah.
tie them up, get them to tie each other up, stab them repeatedly, because that's what? You said 5 to 10 stabbings
I
each,
think one got
roughly.
8 and I think one got 10.
Right, 5 to 10 each. Then,
Do his little graffiti, his little artwork.
little artwork all over the bonnet,
Yeah.
put a nice little big
And then fuck off.
palm print, and then leave the...
But then also go to a gas station nearby, call
And
the
make a
police,
call.
be like, hello, it was me. Maybe go there.
Like, but he didn't do that for the first one.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't
then
call anybody for the first one.
I feel like he's... If we ignore the last kill, because what the fuck was that? Just really out of the blue. And also ballsy, just in the middle of, like, a city. Alright. Not similar at all, but
No.
fair enough.
Completely out of character.
The second one, I don't think took as long as the third one.
No.
But was more longer than the first one, because he went there, stayed there for a bit,
moved the
left
car.
the car,
Yeah.
came back,
Yeah.
then moved the car next to him,
Yeah.
then got out, went all the way around the other side.
But the actual
then
attack
attacked
itself, if you ignore the lead up of him like getting in the car, moving the car, getting all that, if you ignore all that,
Yeah, it was straight to the point, just did it and then left.
he got out the car, much like the first one, bang, 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 fucked off, called. The third one, so long. The fourth one, so out of character.
Yeah, really random.
You know when you read a fan fiction and the character is like OCC?
Oh, yeah, I don't care if that.
For those of you who don't read, that means out of character.
Yeah, I do not like that.
It's like when you've got like a really nice guy and suddenly they start acting like a racist twat and you're like, this is not the character.
Yeah, it's like, back out that.
It's a warning tag for basically this character does not act the way they do in the books or the films. An acknowledgement that they've changed their behaviour. But it's OC of him, to be fair. Because, first of all, it's not a couple. Second of all...
the first guy? The last guy?
The last guy.
Yeah, well,
there's no couple.
Just some random guy.
No couple.
In the street.
Exactly.
He robbed as well.
No isolation, which is a big thing with all the other kids, is he prizes isolation and being able to make a clean getaway. So much so that he changes his MO in the third one to account for the fact that it's daylight.
But he also never explains why he does that. Why he just
I don't
changes
feel
MO.
like these three couples were random either. Because how many...
I don't know. I feel the Lover's Lane one, maybe. The people on the lake just happen to be the only people on the lake.
No, but...
The guy in the street,
it
that
does
just
not
strike me.
That feels random.
That just feels random.
That's get out the car, bang bang.
Get out the taxi.
Take out this taxi.
When are we questioning the taxi driver?
Bang bang. Take it because, I mean, why not take it? He's fucking dead. Plus it gives you the perfect cover to take the corner off the shirt. No, but I don't think it was about the robbery. I think he needed an excuse to get close, to take that bit of the shirt so we could send it to the police later.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And if you're going and you're cutting stuff off people now, you may as well pickpocket them. Like, you may as well. But the first three don't feel random to me. Like, you're telling me, right, that you went out and you just happened to find a young couple.
No, but he'd followed a lot of them.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
For quite a while.
But I'm thinking he probably followed quite a few people to pick the three that best fit what he was looking for.
Yeah, but then
young couples from this neighbourhood
got to be going
who
to
were isolated
places, yeah,
who were isolated. But I don't think the third couple were Lover's Lane material.
They weren't at Lover's Lane, they were just at
exactly.
a lake.
That's the problem. That's why I think he was forced to change it, because he followed them.
The middle of the day. Weird
maybe,
as fuck.
But the thing is, right, you've got the first two.
Maybe just had a different day off that
Maybe
week.
you've got the first two. Maybe they're further into their relationship. They're a little bit more comfortable. They like going and fucking.
There's a second couple with Darlene.
Yeah.
That was like one of their first dates.
Yeah. That was
Darlene
an affair.
was married.
Yeah.
So they...
But they need the seclusion.
Yeah, for sure.
They need that seclusion. But he's playing off their need for isolation.
But that was a common thing to do in the 60s and 70s. Go to Lover's Lane and things. It wasn't unusual for couples to do.
Why would you do that?
It was just the time,
bro.
wasn't it? Yeah,
While...
somewhere private, you know what I mean?
But no, he definitely was following all of these 6 people for a time before he killed them. I feel like all of them he planned to kill.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't wrote down, because obviously we're nearly an hour in already. But I haven't wrote down, to be fair, I did think this would be a lot longer. I haven't wrote down, there were so many other suspects.
Yeah.
And they all had a good few paragraphs on them. So it would have taken me a long time. I haven't wrote any more, like, wild theories, because honestly, a lot of them, it's just like, there ain't a lot there. But it's
a
also,
theory.
we also know so little. We have so little evidence.
Yeah.
That they all could be crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally like, oh, I think it was my neighbour. Why?
He's weird.
Because he looks vaguely like the picture.
He looked at me. He looked at me funny.
He drives a car. Cool.
So who is it that you think did it?
So
Because
this
you
is
said
the
you had a
most
theory.
common guy that if he tells people, some people, if they're like, oh, if you like, do you think it's solved? They'll be like, yeah, because it's this guy. And they all say the same guy.
Okay.
So that's why I ignored all the others. I didn't go into detail about him. But like I said, if I was to make like a little part 2, I would probably give more detail about the guy.
Okay.
But basically, the guy that they think, and is the most common, believed to be, is called Arthur Lee Allen.
Arthur Lee Allen. Okay.
So he was a former school teacher. Right. And in terms of the letters, again, could have been faked to sound more dumb, to throw people off.
Could have, to be fair. And he would know that, working as a school teacher, he would know what poor grammar looked like.
However, he was also a convicted sex offender.
Okay. Interesting choice of profession.
Well, that's actually quite normal for sex offenders to be teachers, where they can get access to children. Social services, teachers, position of power, so police, trying to think what else.
I don't like this conversation.
Anything to do with nurseries, nannies is a big one, male nannies. Not saying that's all nannies, but this is just the statistics. But teachers is one of like top 3.
Fucking scares me.
Yeah. Sorry to say this, guys. Religious people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
To be fair,
that's up there. That's
to
top
be fair,
3.
I remember I went to a Christian academy, unnamed, because what I'm about to say is problematic.
Spicy. Yep.
Unnamed Christian academy. And in my first year, we had a science teacher, unnamed, who was photographed by neighbours sunbathing completely naked in the middle of the day in front of his equally naked children.
Yeah.
One of the children was only 7. The girl was 17.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I remember I'd only been at unnamed school for, I think it was just after Christmas. I'd been there about 7 months. It was my first year at this school. And I remember they turned around and they said, "You've heard rumours. The teacher is no longer here. We're going to make this blatantly clear. You mention this teacher's name, you will have detention. Anybody overhears you talking about this teacher, you will have detention.
Yeah.
There is to be no discussion of this teacher." And in the 6.5 years after that, I do not think I ever heard anybody mention his name. It was like he was erased. And he did get put on the registry, and he lost his job, and he never taught again. But I remember thinking, that's fucking wild.
Well, I had we had a science teacher in my unnamed secondary school.
Why is it the science teachers?
I had a science teacher. I was tempted to say his name then. He has been convicted of it, just by the way.
I don't know whether...
I could say his name, but
I don't know whether the other mine was, because I was only 11 and I wasn't big on looking into records at that point.
This went into the papers. You can still Google this. His name still comes up, so it is still all out there. And he was our science teacher. He eventually got... I was wondering where he'd gone one day.
Yeah.
It was all over the news. He'd had this secret relationship with a student in our school. Your school? At my school. Male student, underage. Yeah. And, like, they'd showered together and all that kind of thing. And, yeah. So, yeah, he got jailed. But I also did do a quick search just now. Most common roles for male sex offenders to be in. Yeah. Teacher is top.
Is there percentages?
It's hard to see in this.
Okay.
Scout leaders, nannies.
Oh.
Youth club workers.
Yeah.
Gym club instructors, photographers. That's a big one.
Well, I mean, but there's such a position of trust when you have a photographer that's so easy to abuse.
Children's entertainers.
God, Kenny the
social
Clown.
worker, hostel worker. So, you know, see what I mean? It's easy access. So yeah, so going back to Alfie. Arthur Lee Allen. Alfred, don't know where the fuck that name came from.
You know?
But yeah, so he died in 1992.
Okay.
He always denied being the Zodiac Killer, obviously. What? However, he was a suspect even from, like, the first attack. Okay. So he was a strong suspect even from day one.
Got it. From the get.
Yeah. So it's not like it was, like, years after the Zodiac killings have, like, stopped and people are like, oh, this guy's suspicious. No, he was top suspect from, like, day one.
Got
it. Detectives and the people higher up with this case all think it's him.
Okay.
He also looks a lot like the picture, especially, well, from, not so much obviously when he's older,
but when he was younger.
When he was younger, he does look very similar.
Okay.
And his car was similar, and loads of people, like, in the end he had to move to, like, this little, like, caravan because people would come up to him all the time. Detectives wouldn't leave him alone. He'd always get, like, his house raided, you know, and so a part of me is like, well, if he was innocent then, but it's also a sex offender, so I don't feel massively bad for him. But I'm
not gonna lie, I feel like sex offenders should have their house raided.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
Because you're gonna tell me that every reformed sex offender doesn't probably have a stash somewhere.
Yeah, but no, when you really read into, like, his past, like the documentaries about him where he's being interviewed, yeah, so there's a lot of strong evidence there. Okay. Yeah, there really is. So I do personally think
interesting that there's a lot of strong evidence, but there was never a conviction.
Never enough evidence. He barely left any in all of the scenes to do.
Fair. It's fair. He did.
The ciphers, most of them are still unsolved to this day.
Yeah.
I think only one or two have ever been unsolved.
It's interesting because, I don't know, he gives me the vibes of Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, then it's just randomly stops. So
yeah, but from the very beginning, he's making this a game.
Mm-hmm. He's like very cat and mouse.
Yeah, which makes me inclined to believe that he probably wanted to be caught, because some criminals do want to be caught.
I think he wanted the notoriety.
Okay, he could want the notoriety, to be fair.
Yeah. I'll show you the police sketch, but then I'm also going to use your phone to get you a picture of Arthur.
Okay.
As well.
I see that.
So that is the famous sketch.
That's the famous sketch of the killer.
From the 3 teenagers.
Got it.
And literally, the only reason police didn't arrest him is because he wasn't black.
Okay.
But he did look exactly like that.
Got it. I see it. Got it.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a picture of Arthur from when he was young, but I'm going to give it a go.
We're doing a quick little Google search here, boys. Like I said, visual learner. I like the pickies. We went shopping earlier and we went to Home Bargains, and I started standing in the aisle trying to find the dinosaur in, like, a Where's Waldo book. That was good fun.
Yeah.
But then obviously, we had to keep going.
It's not...
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
We won't know who it is.
It's true.
At the end of the day.
Not to mention he's also dead now.
So this is him from, like, before he died.
Okay.
So it's not going to look exactly the same.
Okay.
But... Fair. But he's quite a heavy-set man. Like the second couple.
Yeah.
I'm guessing described.
Yeah, they did. Short, heavy-set, rounded face.
Yeah. But this is him when he's younger. Yeah, see what I mean? But, like I said, there's lots
Bro, what the fuck? This guy looks like an animation of the sketch.
Well, that's obviously an older picture. But if you take...
Bro,
he does look similar, though, doesn't he? Yeah.
They look so similar.
Mm-hmm.
Even the glasses are the same.
Well, they were probably just popular at the time.
But the hairline,
mm-hmm.
the, like, facial structure, yeah. The ears.
But like I said, some people will be like, no, it's not that guy, it's this guy. some people would be like, oh, that guy was never proven, so, you know, innocent till proven guilty. And you know what? Valid. At the end of the day, we're probably never gonna know. However, personally, in my opinion, I think it's that guy.
There's an interesting handwriting comparison here.
Mm-hmm.
Of him writing words from the Zodiac's letters and from Alan's. And a lot of it is very similar.
Yeah.
You know, when you're trying to hide your handwriting and you slant it more or you loop things differently, right? But at the very core of it, you structure your letters the same. So, for example, when you do a Y, right? How do you do a Y?
God, how do I do a Y?
So you do the U, and then you do a loop, don't you? Like a bigger...
I do, obviously my handwriting is quite big, you see my handwriting.
Because I've seen people do the loop of the Y.
Where's that notebook that you're me writing in?
The black one, right there.
That one?
Yeah.
Where's the pen?
Pen's at the one. But you've got people that when they do a Y, use that bit there.
That bit.
When you do a Y, they do the U, and then they do a loop. You go up, right.
Yeah, I also do big loops.
But this is my Y.
Yeah, fair.
I don't bother with a loop. I just do a tail, like a straight tail, like a P with the head cut off.
A lot with my, like, eyes and stuff, though.
Yeah.
I draw a circle as the dot.
Yeah.
I don't dot it.
Some people do an eye with a tail. I do straight eyes. I have very straight handwriting.
Mine's all probably quite curvy.
Mine's very straight. Mine's rigid. Like, when you look at mine, it's very up, down, left, right. Whereas yours is very loop-de-loop calligraphy.
Yes, it's
big,
all...
curvy B's, letters, tails. But with that, it's the same.
But just slightly...
But rougher.
Yep.
You know when you've got writing, and then you've got the holy shit, I'm writing at 50,000 miles an hour kind of writing.
Yeah.
And they kind of look the same, but they kind of look different at the same time.
Yeah, but it's like, the thing is, people are like, oh, it's not him because, like, the rare bits of DNA we do have don't match him. And it's like, first of all, there's barely any DNA. Second of all, if you're talking, like, about his letters, he used to say that he closed them. He could have just got someone else to lick it, you know what I mean? Like, he's gone unknown.
Yeah.
There's barely any evidence. So
Not
he's
to mention,
clearly somewhat smart.
Not to mention DNA degradation is a thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Samples taken from that long ago aren't always the most reliable. Not to mention because of the time, but also because our DNA practices weren't as good back then. The sterilisation processes of the materials used to collect DNA were nowhere near as good back then as they are now.
Yeah.
So back then, even cotton swabs could be contaminated with factory worker DNA that would then alter the DNA structure of the strand you've already got. There was a famous case, I don't know whether it's in the last 10 years, but I only found out about it because CSI did an episode on it, and they thought they had this big fucking serial killer for hire, because every single time they tested something, they got the same DNA. It was an Eastern European woman, brown hair, approximately average height, dark brown eyes, athletic build, you know, all these descriptions. And they discovered that it was actually 5 different people committing crime sprees. And the DNA they had was because a woman was, like, funneling the cotton wool onto the machine without her gloves on.
Yeah.
So little epithelial skin cells were getting into the things. And I was sat there and I was like, if that happens now, with all of our understanding and our practices and our precautions, you can't tell me that things like that didn't happen in the 50s and the 60s when we were still figuring DNA out. Like,
but there is a
DNA prosecutions developed a lot in the last 30 years.
There is, like, a lot more things you can, like, be like, oh, this is similar to him, you know, all that kind of thing. But at the end of the day,
we're never going to know.
We're probably never going to know. Everyone's got their theories. Yeah. But the vast majority of people do think it is Arthur.
The likeness is uncanny.
It is a bit creepy.
And respectfully.
Wait, let me show you a picture of Ted Cruz. Will you open your phone, please? Just so you can see the memeage.
Okay, I'm here for it. But also the town that this was all happening in, it doesn't give me mad big vibes. You can't tell me there were many people who looked like him in one town. Like even in Leeds, how many people do you get that look like each other that much?
Oh, by the way, this is the executioner's outfit that he randomly put on behind the tree that time.
That's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Don't like that fucking thing.
So, he's like Ted Cruz and the Zodiac Killer. I can see it a little bit with the hair. But it just became this big meme. There's just loads of memes where people are like, oh, it's a Zodiac Killer. You know, it's like, oh, it's obviously not. He was definitely too young at the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, people love it. People love it. He started making jokes about it at some point. Like, I think he was on, I don't know if he was on, like, the late night or something, but he was on a TV show and he said something like, oh, I can't remember what it said, but it was something like, he made a reference to people thinking it was a Zodiac Killer for a laugh, and then, like, everyone was like, yeah, it's funny, because it's just obviously not true, but, you know, yeah.
You can laugh about it at that point, because you know that it's beyond a doubt that it's stupid.
Yeah. But funny as fuck.
Honestly.
But yeah,
I do believe that there is a strong connection.
There is a strong link to Arthur. I will say that much at least.
You've got the description physically.
He's personally my top one.
Yeah. I'm intrigued as to
other people.
Yes, but also it's not his usual MO.
Yeah, it is a little bit quite messy, isn't it?
He's a sex offender. He's an intellectual guy. And okay, that matches up with the cryptology that he was doing and the encryption codes. But you don't often find a sex offender who works in a school, so clearly they have a bit of a predilection for teenagers, right? Who then goes around violently shooting / stabbing young adults, because we slid quite solidly in the 20 to 22-year-old age bracket there.
Young adults,
right?
yeah.
Even 19, that's a bit old, typically. Right? Murder. Of that age bracket. Using a gun / a knife. In isolation. Quick, violent attacks. They're dead, he's gone. He calls the police.
Very unknown motive.
It doesn't... If there was some kind of, like, sexual...
But no, there was nothing sexual ever reported.
If there was some kind of sexual connotation, I might be a little bit more inclined to understand the escalation. But we've gone from a sex offender teacher of teenagers.
Like I said, it might not be him.
But that's
also
the only.
Might be.
But that's the only reason that has me looking at it, going, that's not a natural escalation.
There's a guy that wrote a book. I ain't got around to reading it yet, but it's called The Zodiac Killer, My Father, or something. My Father, the Zodiac Killer.
Sorry,
and
boys.
It's his theory,
That
from
his
everything
father.
he's found, this handwriting, that he thinks his dad is legit the Zodiac Killer. And actually, he had a fair bit of proof, to be fair.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what the name he gave was. Apparently it became a documentary. Just found that out. So it's called The Most Dangerous Animal of All, My Father, the Zodiac Killer. So he thinks it's not. Hold on, I'm trying to get the name. Apologies for this random silence.
We were going on a segue here. Was not planned.
Well, the son is called Gary Stewart.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me go on like Amazon and look at the book. Alright, it's not telling me, but he's on about times where like he was free, and like his times matched like the guy. I'll have to give it a read and I'll come back, but
maybe that's an update we can do with the second Zodiac once you've had a chance to look into that. But I mean, I can see the links. Physically, he matches the description, but respectfully, a lot of people match the description, as we've proved with Ted.
Yeah.
Physically, yes, but how many people are of average height and a little bit chubby?
Yeah.
Probably quite a few. And it just doesn't match vibes, you know? You've got a sex offender of teenagers, and now he's murdering young adults in cars in the middle of nowhere.
Like I said, like, nothing makes sense. There's no evidence, barely. It was over before.
That's my main reason for doubting him, to be honest.
Well, like I said, I haven't given everything that I found about him. That I just gave a quick little here are the little tidbits. I think he's a guy, but you know, like I said, it might need part 2 where we actually go into it a bit more. But that was that. That was the Zodiac Killer.
That was good. I liked that. There was significantly less Vicks than I thought.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought he had like a 15, 16 person body count on him.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because I'm used to like serial killers like Richard Ramirez.
Some big ones and John Gacy.
Have like fucking 20, 30,
John
40,
Gacy
50, 60, 80.
No, Richard Ramirez didn't have that many. John Gacy had about 30, 40.
He had like 20 or 25, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then John Wayne Gacy had 30 or 40, and I'm sure there are others who have had more that we've never heard of. But I'm just used to really high body counts where you're listing this person was killed, and this person was killed, and this person was killed. And then in the space of 2 minutes, you've described 4 people who have died.
Yeah.
And in that one, he only actually killed 5 people.
Yeah, very true.
Admittedly, he attempted to kill 7 people.
Yes. And obviously there's them deaths that can't be proved to be him also.
True. But I mean, again, that could be part of his escalation, and he just never claimed them because he didn't want those to be associated with the Zodiac Killer because they weren't as neat and tidy and purposeful as the ones he did claim. Because, you know, if you acquaint it to, like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like an artist practices lots of pieces that are theirs before they publish a piece that becomes known as a work of art.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I hate the connotation that I'm applying to this, but the insinuation is that there may have been many practice pieces between him being a sex offender and him being a cold-blooded murderer that he just didn't want acknowledged because they weren't as clean and tidy as he wanted them to be.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't serve a purpose.
But yeah, there was nothing really that was able to link the rest of them concretely to him, so
I'm intrigued by the Zodiac.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by it. Why the name? Because he picked it.
He did.
What's the importance of that to him?
Don't know.
Why the Zodiac?
He did his own little weird symbol. Don't know.
Is it maybe like the Zodiac signs? Because couples? It was a big thing back then, astrology and...
Yeah, it still is now, though.
Yeah, but it was a big thing back then because, like, it was the hippie era.
True.
Like, you know, everybody was very focused on astrological compatibility like that then.
Yeah,
so maybe there's a... Maybe he's an early incel, who knows? Because he certainly seemed to be better at killing the women than he did the men.
True, but I think that was your chance, survivability.
Maybe. But it is intriguing that twice he stood by the driver's side door.
Yeah, it's to block him in though, because his car's on the other
where
side.
Where the male is sat. And yet he had more success shooting the female on the far side of the car.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's intriguing to me, that's all. I don't think it holds any importance, but it does intrigue me.
There's a lot of questions that's unsolved, and it will do, so...
It will stay that way, probably.
Yeah, likely.
Unless we figure out some magic way to figure out DNA.
Well, it's not really much DNA to begin with, so...
Yeah. Not to mention DNA comparison that we do have, people don't agree with.
Yeah, it's very argued, yeah. There's a lot of suspects and that kind of thing, but... Yeah, everyone thinks differently, so...
Everyone's got their own opinion. Much like it is with the case with serial killers, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless flat out someone is caught.
Yeah,
There's
true.
always... He said, she said, you know, I think this, you think that.
Well, that was Zodiac.
That was a good case. I enjoyed that. That was good fun.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
We have the Lady of the Dune for the next episode.
Yep.
Bit of a shorter one.
Yep.
But that was also an unsolved case that eventually did get solved.
I'm happy to hearing
so
solved.
We can actually get an outcome to that one.
We've had a lot of unsolveds recently.
But a bit weird, so join us for that one. And like I said, at some point, who knows, we might do a part 2.
Maybe. I would like to do some part 2s.
Yeah.
I feel like part 2s could be interesting.
So yeah, and then also staying tuned as well if we upload some bonus episodes. We'll let you know. We have Twitter, obviously, and we also have Facebook.
And if there's anything you want answers to, so for example, if you've seen if you've heard an episode and you've gone on and heard something new or information or something like that, and you want us to chat about it, hear our thoughts on it, drop us a message.
Open for suggestions.
We love a good suggestion.
So yeah. That was that.
Have a nice day, everybody.
I already forgot what episode it was. 45.
45, yeah.
It was. Alright, I've been Beth.
And I am still Becky.
And this has been BB True Crime.
Enjoy.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.